subject that I don't see a lot of people making videos on is how you work with and for friends, and this is what we're gonna be talking about today. But before this, I need to run some errands. By the way, that wasn't the proper way to take medicine and everything, but I'm so bored to take medicine now and I'm just taking all of them at once. Don't do that. Like I was saying, I need to run some errands, but I just stopped at the computer because I wanted to order something from Amazon. It's gonna be here like 2 weeks from now, but it doesn't matter. And in my opinion, I think it's gonna be a good addition for my creative workspace. Now we need to go to pay those bills. I went out from my apartment. Why is this so dark? Whatever. I went out from my apartment and I went back after my mask. I'm starting to hate this thing. We're gonna talk about the title in a second, but first I just wanna say that I'm a mess. I forgot that today is Saturday, and of course I couldn't pay everything because the banks are closed Saturdays and Sunday. Tell me that I'm not the only one. Now let's talk a little bit about the title of this video. Working with and for friends. You can apply this for everything, but let's stick to the creative side of things. For example, you're a photographer, a videographer, or I don't know, like a graphic designer or something like this. Of course that in the beginning, you're gonna do a ton of free work. It's either gonna be for exposure or building a portfolio. But after a while, like every other person that is doing something, you will want to get paid. And when you're working with your friends or for your friends, these things are starting to like get way too relaxed. This is gonna sound weird, but when you're working with and for friends, it's not that okay to have all the things way too relaxed, because they're gonna be like, ah, he's my friend, he's not gonna be upset if we're gonna do this, and that is going to like add, and at some point you're gonna crack. And when you're working with and for friends, and I know I'm gonna repeat this a lot in this video, so bear with me, when you're working with and for friends, you don't really want that crack, because it may affect your relationship with that person and you don't really want that. There are different scenarios that you can work for your friends. It's either like one of your friends is working for an agency or is working for a brand and they are contacting you through them. It's either you're gonna work for a friend just like that, or I don't know, your friend is gonna be again somehow or in some kind of form a third party of your job. The challenging or the tricky part, whatever you want to call it, is the fact that you're friends with them and they are friends with you. And of course you're not going to treat them like real clients, and they're not going to treat you like someone that is making something for them, and at the end of that thing they need to pay that person. And when this is happening, you really need to like discuss all the details before, because you don't really want to like have this kind of tension between you and your friend, and from that point on you're somehow going against the wave, because they're gonna be like, okay, you're my friend, you're gonna do this, in their mind of course, or maybe they're gonna say to you directly, they're gonna be like, ah, you're my friend, you're gonna do this, and I want this and I want this too, and maybe you didn't discuss those things. That's why it's good to discuss everything from the beginning. And of course, you being their friend, you're not just gonna cut them and you're gonna be like, okay, I'm not doing this because we didn't discuss this. Another thing that I find challenging when I'm working with friends is the fact that most of them, they don't know your real worth. And this is not a bad thing, because let's say you're gonna have like 1 or 2 people that they're gonna activate in the same field as you, and of course your other friends, they will not know your real worth. So when this is happening, there are 2 options. Some of them are trying to pay you, and of course you're not gonna ask them the same money that you're gonna ask to a real client, like a big brand name or whatever. And some of them, and this is the sad part, Some of them are trying to, we have a saying in Romania, it's like, if I'm gonna give you one finger, don't try to take my whole hand. And I don't know if this is in other countries as well, but this is how we say this in Romania. And of course you don't want that kind of people or that kind of friends around you, because it's not a healthy thing. I think this is everything that I wanted to talk about, so I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace!